Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today's review is just going to be a real basic review of how to keep your feet warm when you're out in the woods. When you're thinking about being out in the woods and standing in one spot for a long time, or you're on your ATV or snowmobile or whatever it is in the middle of the winter. You see these boots back here? Well, we're going to go over to the boots and I explain to you how to keep your feet warm in the winter. So simple, so cheap, and I'm just going to mention a product that I've been using for over 20 years that's just awesome, a particular kind of sock, and I am going to have a shout out at the end for a YouTube channel, a real bushcrafting channel, a fella up in Northern Ontario, and I think just an awesome channel that everybody should check out. But let's go over to the boots first, and I'll show you a quick and easy and simple tip that all you can do for free. Well, what you're looking at here is just your regular felt pack boots, you know, with the felt pack inside, and that's all I generally wear. I like them. They're rated at -40, but guess what? My feet were still getting cold. I've been wearing these type of boots for well over 30 years, and I did find a solution. And the first one was these particular socks. I could only get them at Bass Pro, and they're labeled Redhead. And I'll tell you something, these socks are guaranteed for life. Like back then I paid, well, these socks are over 20 years old. And I think I paid like $14 back then, which was a lot of money for a pair of socks, but they were well worth it. But a lot of times, you know what? I'm sitting on in a certain spot in the bush, especially, you know, if you're out in the woods and you're standing there in one spot in a particular area, you know, for a long period of time. Well, this is what I found out. Just your regular garbage bag. And this is what I do, is I just put my foot inside the garbage bag, you know, after a thin pair of socks first, then I put these on over top. And this tip works awesome. And it's no good if you're walking around, because you'll have like a swamp in your boot in a matter of minutes. But if you're stationary, like I said before, this little tip here will keep your feet so warm, because of course nothing will breathe through it, but you also don't have the heat loss. Now, is that a real simple, easy bushcrafting tip for everybody? And you know, try it yourself, see what you think, because I tell you what, it works for me every time. So now I'd like to just mention a little bit of a shout out for a channel up in Northern Ontario, Open Air Outdoors, with this fella named Mark, M-A-R-C. I think the guy's got an awesome channel. He's the real deal. He's not one of these staged kind of phony baloney, you know, bushcrafting channels. And you know, I think everybody would really like to see this channel. It's quite interesting. You can learn a lot. The guy's fairly new. He's just building up his channel, but I think he's going to be very successful at what he does, because he does it well. So thanks for joining me here today. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe and not only get some good tips, but get some good tips on other channels. Cheers.